Hello students, as in the previous module we discussed about the role of WTO in the process of globalization. So here in this module we are going to discuss about the impact of globalization. So let us start. Impact of globalization. In the last 20 years, globalization of the Indian economy has come a long way. What have what has been its effect on the lives of people? Let us look at some of the evidence in this module. So, globalization and greater competition among the producers, both local and foreign producers, has been of advantage to consumers, particularly the well-off sections in the urban areas, because whatever the prices are coming down due to competition among the producers, sellers. So of course when the prices are going down, the well-off condition will enjoy that because they have a lot of money to use for such goods. In rural areas already people are suffering from a lot of economic problem. So that way most advantages goes to the well-off section in urban areas. And that way you can say this globalization lifted up the living standard of the people. At what amount of money they were able to get the goods and services earlier, in the same money now they are able to get more goods and services. So that way this globalization lifted up the living standard of the people. There is greater choice due to globalization. Before, the consumers who now enjoy improved quality at lower prices for several products. As a result, these people today enjoy much higher standard of living than that was possible earlier. Their houses, their lifestyle all have improved. Among producers and workers, the impact of globalization has not been uniform. Firstly, MNC have increased their investment in India over the past 20 years, which means investing in India has been beneficial for them. As this last 20 year it is showing the investment has increased in India, that is showing that they have got a lot of benefits from India, from the investment in India. So that is why they kept on investing in India. MNCs have interested in industries such as cell phones, automobile, electronics, soft drinks, fast food, and services such as banking in urban areas. These products have a large number of well-off buyers. So whatever goods are coming due to means brought by the MNCs, so that are usually used by the well-off sections, well-off buyers in the society. In these industries and services, new job has been created. Of course, as the different industries, multinational companies came to India, they set up their business units, production units, services. In those, a lot of new job opportunities created. The local companies supplying raw material, etc., to these industries have prospered. So the local companies which were able to provide some raw materials to such multinational companies, they also prospered because of globalization. Secondly, several of top Indian companies have been able to benefit from the increased competitions. They have invested in newer technology and production method and raised their production standard. And some have gained from the successful collaboration with foreign companies. So as they invested in new technology, their cost of production reduced, and now they could get better profits, more earning from the market. Some have gained from successful collaboration. Collaboration I discussed in that earlier module, ki how the MNCs invest in different other countries. So these local companies got the benefit due to collaboration with the MNCs, as they got money investment, technology investment, even the training also provided. Moreover, globalization has enabled some large Indian companies to emerge as multinationals themselves, like Tata Motors Automobiles, Infosys IT sector, Ranbaxy Medicines, Asian Paints, Sundaram Fasteners Nuts and Bolts are some Indian companies which are spreading their operations worldwide. So here their logos are there. Globalization has also created a new opportunities for companies providing services, particularly those involving IT. The Indian companies producing a magazine for London-based companies and call centers are some examples. Besides, a host of services such as data entry, accounting, administrative tasks, engineering are now being done cheaply in countries such as India and are exported to the developed countries. So all these small different types of activities are easily done in our country and then exported to developed countries. Steps to attract investment. As in the globalization process, the multinational companies are coming in these developing countries. So there is a competition in the developing countries to attract the investors. So there are different steps are also taken by the government of the countries. So let us see one step taken by the government. In recent years, the central and state government in India are taking special steps to attract foreign companies to invest in India. The industrial zones called Special Economic Zone SEZs, Special Economic Zones are being set up. These SEZs are to have world-class facilities, electricity, water, road, transport, storage, recreational and educational facilities. Here a symbolic SEZ picture you can see. Ki all the world-class facilities are ready-made provided by the government to attract the investors to set up their industry in this locality, so that the nearby areas development can be done and more job opportunities can be created due to their investment and production activities. The companies who set up production units in the SEZs do not have to pay taxes for an initial period of 5 years. So for few years there are tax exemptions given to the people, and government also allowed the flexibility in the labor laws to attract the foreign investment. As earlier there was a very strict law in our country that once you employ a laborer, you cannot easily remove the laborer unless a very uh, huge mistake or problem created by the workers. So easily the workers were reaching to court of any kind of removal of their jobs. So this way, government made this policy easier, flexible. In the chapters 2, you already have seen the companies in the organized sector have to obey certain rules that aim to protect the workers' right. But in recent years, the government has allowed companies to ignore many of these. Instead of hiring workers on regular basis, companies hire workers flexibly for short period when there is intense pressure of work. When more pressure of work is there, that time these companies hire more workers. Otherwise, they hire very few workers as per their requirement. So this way they hire the laborers flexibly, and this is done to reduce the cost of labor for the company and to reduce the cost of production of the company. However, still not satisfied, the foreign companies are demanding more flexibility in labor law. So they want some more flexibility, as there are some uh, other terms and condition rules are there in for the protection of workers, like proper documentation, fixed wage rate, overtime, remuneration. So likewise, paid salary means paid holidays. So such facilities are made by the government compulsory to be followed by the private companies, organized sectors. So that way they are demanding more flexibility in the labor law. Rising competition. For a large number of small producers and workers, globalization has posed a major challenges. For example, the batteries, capacitors, plastics, toys, tires, dairy products, vegetable oil are some examples of industries where the small manufacturers have been hit hard due to competition. Several of the units have shut down, rendering many workers jobless. The small industries in India employ the largest number of workers, 20 million in the country, next to only to agriculture. So this way the small scale industries suffered a lot due to rising competition. Competition and employment. So the globalization and the pressure of competition have substantially changed the lives of workers. Faced with growing competition, most employers these days prefer to employ workers flexibly. This means the workers' jobs are no longer secure. Their jobs are no longer secure. Anytime their jobs can shut down, you can say jobs can be gone off. The conditions of work and the hardship of the workers described above have become common to many industrial units and services in India. The most workers today are employed in the unorganized sector. As many organized sectors slowly tried to shift in the unorganized sector, and organized sectors have followed the policy of employing the workers flexibly. So many workers are getting very less opportunity to get work in these organized sector, and slowly they are more dependent on unorganized sector where their job is much higher insecure. Moreover, increasingly condition of work in organized sector have come to resemble the unorganized sector. So this way you can say that the condition of workers in organized sector have come to resemble the unorganized sector. The workers in the organized sector such as Sushila no longer get. Here one example we are going to take. The workers in the organized sector such as Sushila no longer get the protection and benefit that they enjoyed earlier. Here, a garment worker, the 35-year-old Sushila has spent many years as a worker in garment export industry of Delhi. She was employed as a permanent worker entitled to health insurance, provident fund, overtime at a double rate. When Sushila's factory closed in the late 1990s, after searching for a job for 6 months, she finally got a job 30 kilometers away from where she lives. Even after working in this factory for several years, she is a temporary worker and earns less than half of what she was earning earlier. Susila leaves her house every morning 7 days a week at 7:30 a.m. and returns at 10 a.m. See here how much time difference is there. 7:30 to 10 a.m. means 10 p.m. 7:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. means it this 10 hour and plus here 2.5 hour, not 2.5 hour, uh, 4.5 hour, around 14 hour a day she has to spend for work. A day off from work means no ways. She has none of benefits she used to get earlier. What benefits? Here, health insurance, provident fund, overtime, double rate, all these. Factories closer to her home have widely fluctuating orders, therefore pays even less. And if she was trying to get work at closer to her home, so there was more bigger problem that they were widely fluctuating orders and therefore pays even less. Thank you. Have a nice day. Thank you, students. We'll meet in the next module. Keep revising the topics we discussed here. The both the topics WTO and effect of globalization. Thank you, students.